If you've ever wanted to know how it feels to die, go step on a Lego. Yeah, it's cliche, but it's also the truth. Just like it's true that out of all the Lego themes, some of the best ones focus on cars. After becoming the Lego CEO, I found sets we specifically made for people like you. And while some of them look great, others might give you brain damage if you stare too long. But keep your eyes peeled because I'm hiding this thick Lego man in the video. And I'm so confident can you please just start the video? With the first being the Fast and the Furious mini sets. It's obvious they made this set for enthusiasts because they put a wrench in it. And what a wrench is good for? Beating people. On cars. What? I know there's a lot of people who hate what the franchise has become. I hate having to be polite to people with mullets, but you don't hear me complain about that. Looking at Brian's R34, it's an easy 8 out of 10. It looks like the real car and it still functions like a toy. But my gosh, Dom's Charger is no more than a 5 out of 10 for me. And it's not because they designed it bad or anything, but it's like a 1-for-1 copy of the Charger in another set. It's like when somebody says they're one of a kind, but you see crackheads every day. I know they can't do anything about it since it's based on real cars, but meh. Just wish it wasn't so simple. Speaking of things that are simple and useless, look at your car. Even in Lego there's luxury. Mercedes gave Lego the keys to the streets with this one. Specifically, look at the G-Wagon. I mean, it's a block on wheels. The only way it would have been easier to make is if it was a Kia Soul, but I don't think they wanted any harassment charges. And as for the banana in the set, I think it's pretty cool and it looks smooth. It's making my brain think about those yellow popsicles. Would it be weird if I ate it? I think altogether the set deserves an 8 out of 10. Funny enough, we saw it in a case at Target while I'm making the video, so obviously we stole it. Stop eating your boogers and lock in. Technic sets are made for people with brain cells, but if you want to build this GT500, you might actually do better without them. The front end of it looks like it got its face kicked in for parking next to a Ford GT, but the back looks pretty good, and just like your ex-girlfriend, as long as you don't look at it in its face, you won't feel bad about being seen with it in public. The car literally went from this to this. I just don't want to own a set that looks like it's having an allergic reaction. The only redeeming quality it has is that you can pull it back and it'll roll forward, which is good because it means I'll only have to touch it once for it to get away from me. 3.5 out of 10. The Ford GT is known for many reasons, the most recent being putting that Mustang in the hospital and making it unrecognizable. It, however, is the second most accurate Technic set I have ever seen. I'll tell you what's in the first place spot later, but this build is so good it almost looks like a model car.
I want you to buy me one and send it to my house immediately.
The only other thing I've ever wanted this bad was an easy bake oven. Don't look at me like that. It's not gay to cook little pastries in a purple oven. It's a 9.5 out of 10. There's one thing my city and Gotham have in common: the crime rate. So excuse me for one moment because I'm tired of this orphan begging me to give him attention. And even though the Batmobile isn't a real car, look, it still has an engine. Frankly, the Batmobile has more sets than Bruce Wayne has parents, but this set with the Joker has my favorite model of the Batmobile. It's like the one in the animated series. That's not right. Where did this come from? Quick, simple, and easy 10 out of 10. I think Alfred is British, right? And so is... hold on one second. And so is the Jaguar. Ha ha ha, tea and crumpets. This Lego set features a Formula E car that kind of looks like this guy. And frankly, I don't like this guy. But I like this car. Well, the real version. This Lego one is kind of scary to look at, but there is another car that comes with it. Fun fact, when I look at it, I actually don't want to hurt people. I think it's one of my favorites. 9 out of 10. The fish car gets a 4 out of 10. Psst, you might have noticed a lot of these cars are in the Speed Champions line. Well, they didn't always look so great. Take this Mustang for example. I'm afraid if I asked what his favorite color was, it's gonna look me dead in the eye and say applesauce. Dude, stop trying to gouge your eyeballs out. You're making everybody uncomfortable. Part of the reason I believe it's so bad compared to the other sets is the lack of detail. All of the Lego sets that came out in the early stages of the Speed Champions have the same mutation. How the freak do you make a car look uncanny? Instead of figuring out how to make a certain part of the car, they just slapped a sticker on it and called it a day. You might be thinking, maybe they just hate Mustangs. And I thought the same thing until I saw their attempt at the Dark Horse, and then the creator set. Maybe they let their blind cousin design this one. It gets a 2 out of 10. Fast forward to 2021, and here I am in Target on the way to pick up a new pair of underwear from the Lost and Found, and I catch this green flash out the corner of my eye. So I walk over there, and after I shove some kid out of the way, I see the Lamborghini Scion Set. I don't know if I said that right. Brother, when I tell you I've never seen a Lego crafted so perfectly from the box to the instructions, this is like the feeling you get when you find out soda exists and you don't have to force feed freaking Dasani anymore. I would have bought it then and there, but it's $500 and... you know, it looks like the Geico lizard, but if he was actually cool. I still can't get over the fact the box looks so good. It's a 10 out of 10 set. Wait, what's that? It sounds like toaster strudels. Oh, it's just a Mercedes Champion set. Get it? Cause they're German. Looking at this set makes me wish I drove cars for a living. After crying about failing at life, I started to realize it reminded me of the Jaguar set. Except one car in this one doesn't give me bad dreams. And quite frankly, the AMG Project 1 in this set looks a lot more aggressive than the real one, so bonus points for that. Part of me wishes I could just get it in my hands, man. Oh. I guess I can. 8 out of 10, it's pretty sick. What rhymes with wealth and is Italian? That's right, it's Pagani. I love all things Pagani, but I'm gonna be honest with you, my first thoughts of their recreation of the Utopia were not at all positive. But I don't know if somebody slipped something in my drink or if it's because I haven't gone to sleep in the past 7 days, but as I look at it now, the set looks kinda good. Basically what I'm saying is it might have triggered my PTSD from the earlier sets. If I ranked this set now, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I already know you didn't find the thick Lego man, so don't even say anything. I wanted to make a quick video as an excuse to thank 3,000 of you for listening to me talk to myself chained up in a basement. Seriously though, I wish I could meet each one of you. Anyways, I love you. Bye.